check, audio check, mic test. Mic test.
Mic check. Checked it.
So Punjab Blue win and bowl, right?
Yes. What's the skipper's name?
Sanjay Stanley. When do they go live? All right, so welcome to day 3 of the US Open 2020. Match between Punjab Blues and Sump Army. With the news, Punjab Blues have won the toss. They've made the decision to bowl first, so Samp Army will bat first. I'm joined in the box. Good morning to Ivor Henry. And Ivor, we're in day 3. First ball, first game of day 3. It promises to be an exciting affair again. Brilliant weather here in South Florida. And we are ready to go for day number 3.
Yes, indeed. I hope you would have had a very good night. Excuse me. That fog is coming in. I hope you would have had a good night's rest, Lenny. You're not jet lagged by any means coming in from the cold. But cricket's going to be underway. I think we're going to get the prompt 10 o'clock start. The players are out in the middle. Umpires are in the ready position.
Yeah, the umpires are Jermaine Lindo and Mangesh Rana. And the umpires have made it a special interest to always be on time, and they've always gone out just about ready to start on the dot at 10. And so they've done a tremendous job. We see the team on the screen there. And so that's Sump Army and Punjab Blues. Both teams badly need a win, and one of them will win, as both teams yet to put points on the table. And so this morning matchup is going to be an interesting one between Sump Army and Punjab Blues. Those are the squad.
Yes, so we're going to be in for a good day's play. We have 2 other matches to follow, so we hope that you stick and stay. The viewers, we want to welcome you as well. If it's morning, afternoon, evening, good night, wherever you are indeed listening to and watching on the MAQ TV. Cricket coming to you from the Broward County Stadium, right here in the beautiful city of Lauderhill / Fort Lauderdale. Most people would have heard the name Fort Lauderdale, but we're going to be having a prompt start as we promised. Both umpires are in the ready position. I think we're going to be starting from the commentary box end, the southern end. Lenny?
Yes, Ivor. Of course, the captain always has a decision to make whether he's going to start on the far end of the ground. He's going to come from the com box. They've decided to go from the southern end of the ground, and it appears it could be a leg spinner here to start the proceedings.
Yes, well, left armer. He's warming up, as you can see on screen, with his left hand. Our official scorer, Mr. Wadi, is in the ready position as well, and he's going to be sending out a signal to the umpires who are waving. Waiting for his walkie-talkie. Let me in.
So we've seen the first ball bowled. It appears to be Ignore Singh, the left arm leg spinner. It's made a start, a dot ball.
Yeah.
Defended by the Sump Army batsman.
The second best way to start the inning with a dot. It would have been nice to start with a W with a wicket. But 2 dots on the trot.
Yeah, couple of dot balls, as we have seen. Ivor Henry, the usage of spin bowler in the stadium. It has really worked to great effect. We've seen 3 deliveries here now from Ignore Singh. He's been really spot on. They're all dot balls, can't complain.
Yes, a hat trick of dots.
So good start here from the Punjab Blues, having made the decision to bowl. Three dot ball. 3 dot ball. So Tirth Patel, and good bowling here from Ignore Singh. Ivor Henry for dot ball. The only thing better than that is getting wickets. So he's been on target here. He's bowled well. So ball cut away. That's the first run off the bat of Tirth Patel, running up towards the backward point boundary, and it crosses the rope now. That's a lovely shot, given some bit of width, and he make use of a little bit pace on the ball. That's a lovely shot for 4.
Yes, seems as if he was waiting for the bad one, the only bad one so far, and he made good use of it.
Yeah, good looking shot from Tirth Patel. The Samp Army boys will be hoping that they can put some points on the table, and so does the Punjab Blues.
Well, that was a proper cricketing shot. He rolled the wrist over and split the short third man on the point. And the umpires are meeting in the middle. They're having a discussion.
Yeah, I know. I don't want to get him. That is why I don't ask him. He's a little rough on sharing information. You got to tell us.
Exactly.
Yeah, when I ask him for team list and stuff like that, he doesn't give. He disregard. I mean, we need players and numbers here too, just in case you. And sometimes.
Keep it down. Keep it down over there. Keep it down.
So that could complete the first over. A good one from Ignore Singh, only 1-4 off the over. End of 1-4 without loss.
Yes, he gave one scoring opportunity. That was an offer, and it was accepted. That was the 5th delivery. Other than that, was an almost perfect over. Both teams would have lost their first encounter, so they're both looking for a win. And by no means you're out of the competition because you would have lost a game. But, you know, Lenny, we always have to look towards the net run rate. When you have these sort of matches in the USA, we would have noticed a few teams, got into the playoff stage just because of 1-1. So, from the look of it, we're going to be starting with Seam Up from the far end. Yesterday, we would have witnessed a wide being called going over the batter's head from that bowling end. So maybe a little bit of life is still left. Maybe that's what they're hoping and seeing. So we will watch and wait, but there's no slips. So they're pretty much defending. So no one is keeping company with the wicket keeper. a gully. That's the nearest man to him. And if you want to call the umpire, who is not a part of his team,
so Aziz Faisley starts with a wide ball way outside the off stump, so that adds 1 to the tally.
and a no ball as well. So the no ball would have it's going to override the wide that we thought it was. I can see why it was not called wide, because that was delivered on the third pitch. But it's called a no ball because the bowler would have overstepped.
So free hit signal from umpire Jeremy Lindo. Here we go. Aziz runs into ball to Kunal.
Oops.
Oh, smash back to the bowler. Always difficult chance. And Aziz does well to get hands up to the ball, but it was always going to be tough. It was struck powerfully back. And Kunal yet to get off the mark. Kunal got among the runs in the first game. Got 61. Sanjay Stanley got 59. So they'll be hoping that Kunal Seagull can come up with a big score here today. And of course Sanjay Stanley, very quality batsman in the hut, waiting for his turn to come. But we're watching Aziz. And so Seagull gets off the mark with an easy single into the onside. Brings Tirth Patel back on strike. Sump Army asks to bat first. Is 6 without loss.
Well, the no ball did not hurt them by any means. So even if the bowler would have caught it, he would have been to no void. It would have been null and void. But at least he saved the run.
So early stage yet. We are in the second over. Ball sliding down the leg side. So now comes the wide. So some indiscipline here from Aziz. We've seen a no ball and we've seen a wide. Could have been worse either. One of those no ball having been rebowled. A free hit didn't go for anything. So I think he got off on that. And even the wide ball sliding down the leg side could have gone for 5 wide. So
yes,
relative to that, he has kept the extras to the bare minimum. Oh, a slashing shot.
Oh, it's gone
to the offside. A catch well taken by the man at square cover. And the first wicket goes down for the Samp Army. They have lost the wicket of Tirth Patel. He falls for 4. It's 7 for 1.
Yeah, it was a good looking shot, but it was aerial and the man was stationed there and he just took it as if he was picking mangoes. I'm telling you, that's a good comeback delivery because he was wayward down the leg side. The wicketkeeper really did well to haul that one in. And the very next delivery, pitched up to the batsman, got down on one, he tried to slash it through the covers, but can only pick out the cover point fielder. So, 7 for 1. Sump Army, not the way they would have liked, but that's the way the Punjab Blues. The Punjab Blues, I'm telling you, they are going to be hunting for a win here. So does Samp Army. There was supposed to be a 40% chance of rain today. We're hoping that these heavy clouds that are hovering over will just go away. And if there's going to be any showers, let it just be brief.
So the skipper Sanjay Stanley comes to the middle. Got 59 in the previous game, and so he'll be looking to perhaps get another big score. And while Aziz Faisley would have started a little bit in discipline, a couple of extra, but he's come back with a wicket. And Ivor Henry, you can't put a price on a wicket. So even if this bowler probably would have gone for 15 or 20, when you pick up that wicket, you're always the skipper is always inclined to probably give you another one because you never can put a price on a wicket.
That's right, because nothing puts you behind the clock more than when you're tumbling wickets.
So a couple of balls outside the off stump, and all of a sudden Aziz Faisley seems to be bowling a better line, and probably would have needed a couple of balls to really get going, to get the radar correct. He's picked up one already. And the Samp Army, a very quiet start for them. They've gone to 7 in the first over. Not bad considering they've lost one. And a good delivery to Stanley that completes over number 2 is 7 for 1.
Yes, in the end, a very good over. At least there was a wicket in it. But we had so many things in that over. We had a wide that was overridden by a no ball. And then we had a wide down the leg side. And then we had a wicket. So just about everything in that over. No boundary. The first over we'd have seen the boundary. But in all, it's early days yet. 7 for 1. And they're going to try to at least set a target, like the skipper would have said, that they can defend. They feel like their spinners would come into play at some stage in this match. But first, you've got to put runs on the board. So that's first in mind.
So Ignore Singh went for 4 in his first over. Quality first over. In fact, we saw 5 dot balls and one good-looking shot from Tirth Patel for 4 in the previous over. But Tirth Patel is back in the shade now. And it will be to the likes of Kunal Seagal and Sanjay Stanley. Both batsmen got among the runs the last time. And so here is the left-arm leg spinner. So the Samp Army comes out of North Carolina. And the Morrisville Cricket Ground, the Church Street Park. That's where the Sump Army camp is really based. And so Ivor Henry, this is their first visit to the US Open. And certainly no one knows yet what the results are or what the results will be with regard to Samp Army participation in the tournament. But so far they've handled it well, and they can learn just from being here, the experience of playing in the US Open. One needs to be done in future tours. For one thing, they are a very, very young team. A couple of players in their teens playing in this Sump Army lineup. And so they come representing the Carolinas, 9 for 1.
Yeah, well, we want to welcome them at least into sunny South Florida. And I think they were mighty lucky to get into the draw of 8. Because, you know, in the past, Lenny, we have all of 32 teams participating.
So ball struck and struck well by Kunal Seagal is gone for 6. So first maximum of the day. And that's a lovely strike from Kunal Seagal. Picked it up well and hoisted it over long on. A couple of yards over the playing area. And that's a good looking shot for 6.
Yeah, so Singh has been the only one to give up boundaries, 4 and a maximum so far. But the wicket has been taken from the far end. And you can see the cones in the far end. If you can look on screen now, those are placed there because this area is a COVID testing area. So it was just on your screen there, you could see.
Oh, this one is smashed down the ground. The field is coming around. He picks it up now. And they come back for a couple of runs. So productive shots here from Kunal Seagal. He's picked up 8 and a couple of balls. And he looks the part here. 17 on the board.
Yes, as I was saying, with the COVID testing, you know, because of COVID-19, we were reduced to just some 8 teams here. But we just want to big up the Cricket Council USA and MAQ Qureshi for at least bringing the boys out. And you too, Lenny, coming in from the cold to get some of our sunshine.
So Ignore Singh has gone for 11 in this over. A better one here for Samp Army. And having lost the wicket of Tirth Patel, they have come back nicely. It's 18 for 1 at the end of 3.
Yes, some 11 runs coming from that over. So they're trying to up the ante here. And as we said, they're trying to set a target, which they hope to defend. 1 wicket is in the bank, 18 for 1. As we come to the end of that is over number 3.
So both teams, Punjab Blues and Sump Army, would have come out of Group A, and that group includes the powerful Somerset Cavaliers and US All-Stars, who incidentally is playing the next game, so that should be a match to watch. So Group A consists of Somerset Cavaliers, US All-Stars, Punjab Blues and Sump Army. The fact is Somerset Cavaliers is on 2 points, US All-Stars is on 2, and Punjab Blues and Sump Army, one of them will get a couple of points here at the end of this game. And so, in not too long from now, we should see the result of that. Aziz continues. And Kunal is wrapped on the pad. Big appeal, not outside umpire Jeremy Lindo.
Yeah, that one had some swing in it. Seems it's coming from off the leg. Batsman, he did offer a shot, but from our advantage point, he may have been either going over or going down. For sure, it had some swing in it. But the umpire, who is in the best position to adjudicate, he would have said, not out. Let's get on with it, boys.
So Samp Army would have run into Somerset Cavaliers in their first game. That's not one of the team that you would want to play first up.
Yes, the defending champions, and they played like champions, I can tell you that.
Yeah, Samp Army did well to probably get up to 133, considering that the average score in this tournament so far has been about that. But the fact is they ran into Kinar Lewis and Chandrapal Hemraj, and the rest is history. We know both batsmen got among the runs, and it was easy picking at the end of the day. And Somerset Cavaliers winning convincingly, in fact winning by 9 wickets a couple of days ago. So Samp Army will want to, first of all, put a score that Punjab Blues may not reach here today. Oh, cut away. That's a lovely shot. Sanjay Stanley. They could pick up runs here. And it's going to trickle over the backward point boundary. That's a lovely shot for 4.
Yes, indeed. A proper cricketing shot. And that's the first boundary coming from that end. So Aziz has given away his first boundary, but he's the lone man in the wicket column. But that was a beautiful shot.
Yeah, ball given width, and that's one of the things with this ground here is going to give you fair value for the shot on the carpet.
Mm-hmm.
You just place the ball, find the gap with a little bit of pace, and it's going to run away to the boundary. So a lovely shot from Sanjay Stanley. He's a class batsman, and so is Kunal Seagal. This is going to be the partnership if Samp Army is to post a formidable score here for Punjab Blues.
Yeah, the two informed batsmen, we would have seen them in their first encounter. But they're settling, they're going at over 6 and over, so that's good running. Again, they push, and even without calling, they just look at each other and know that the fielder is going to be under some pressure moving to his right. They picked up a nice single there, so good understanding between these two. And I need to ask a question, because when they would have got in the middle and conferred, they spoke, and then while leaving, they punched the gloves. What's that indicate?
So they're going at 6.5 runs and over. And Aziz Faisley. Caught again into the offside. They scamper through for a quick single. Well run. Good understanding. Batsman taking off. This is a limited over game. You're limited with balls. And so you've got to make opportunities out of every scoring delivery.
Yeah, I think he was a bit disappointed in not getting that through. It was outside the off stump, asking to be hit it, but the timing was not there. The placement was not there also, but he got one for his effort. So we're quarter century, 25 for 1.
And Stanley Ivor Henry is a US under-19 player, or would have played at the US under-19 level. Might be a little bit over 19 now. 4 gone, 25 for 1. We've seen a good partnership so far between the pair. 25 for 1.
Yes, and this batsman looking good. That was a good-looking shot, even though he was not rewarded with a single. But at least they're not taking too many chances. That one was just about on the stumps, and he decided to just play it for no run. And again, we want to welcome all viewers to the MAQ TV. We ask you to share the link, spread the word. We're going to be here for a long day. 3 matches slated for today. And we're going to be asking you to view and hear your comments. Good, bad, and indifference. We just want to hear your honest comments on when you do right. No offense. We do not take it. We do not take your viewing lightly. We normally check and try to improve from day to day. But now we have the big man, the boss, Lenny, with us. So we know that we're going to be up the ante here in the in the com box.
So Tirth Patel has been given the ball, another leg spinner. A little break in the proceedings. Water break after 4 over here?
It's pretty hot out there in the middle,
Yeah,
though. When I
it
did
is.
the coin toss, I came back at least, I was in a jacket, but I don't think that coat should have generated so much heat. As a matter of fact, when I was walking off, I was almost blinded by the sun that was coming in, and it's coming in hot and steamy this early in the morning. It's after 10 here in our neck of the woods. But if you're just getting up and you're viewing, yes, indeed, you're looking at cricket coming to you from the Broward County Stadium here in America.
Yes, Ivor, the ground looks impeccably in good shape. And one of the other things is that the Sump Army, they come out of an area, the Morrisville Cricket Park, Church Street Park is just as lovely as this. Maybe they don't have all the facilities yet in terms of infrastructure, but when it comes to the ground, the Morrisville State Park is one of the beautiful cricketing facility in the country. So lofted shot into the offside, very tame dismissal. Kunal Segal goes. It's 25 for 2.
Yeah, that one seemed like he held up in the turf there, and he was through with the shot before the ball really got onto him. He was trying to get it over the infield, but couldn't get no further than the man stationed there in the cover region. So wicket number 2, Stanley goes for 6 from 7. Not Stanley. It's Seagal that goes for lucky 13.
Yeah, a couple of wickets here for Punjab Blues. 25 for 2. Kunal Seagal will be quite disappointed. You're right on that, Ivor Henry. The ball may have held up in the pitch.
Yes.
And the batsman Kunal already committed into the shot. And in the end, a very, very soft dismissal. So Sanjay Stanley will have to battle things out as Abiram Bolasetti comes to the middle. With a lot of work to be done here. 95 balls still to be bowled. And Tirth Patel, he's picked up a wicket off his very first ball. So you can't ask for something better than a start from the bowler.
That is true. And like I said, my apologies. I was reading the scoreboard here, and the batter, the signal threw me off there. But to follow up on what you were saying about the water break.
Yeah, I was making the point. Samp Army comes out of a facility in North Carolina, and it's a beautiful playing field. In fact, a couple of years ago, the ICC Americas had their T20 qualifier there. 4 teams. You had Panama. I think you had United States, Canada, and I think someone else. Was it Belize? Off memory here, but a good tidy delivery here from Tirth Patel. But the fact is, a very good facility, and it's probably as good as the outfield here at Central Broward Park.
Yeah, that one's had it spin, bounce, and turn. And beautifully taken there by the wicketkeeper. Now they've employed a first slip.
It's a very good bowling here from Tirth Patel. He's picked up a wicket off his first ball. He's followed up with dots. And Abiram Bolasetti has been put under some bit of pressure here. Sanjay Stanley stands at 22 yards away, having seen the dismissal of Kunal Segal not too long ago. So quality bowling is asked to stay. So the pressure continues. And so far, we haven't seen any run in the over. It's heading for a maiden wicket.
He'll be the first one of the tournament.
And one of the good things this year, Ivor Henry, whatever we see in the stadium, that's it. I know in previous year, we can't, when we say we haven't seen a maiden wicket, we don't know what goes on the outer field.
That's true. That is
I remember in the early days, we had games at Brian Piccolo Park. We had games at the other facility, and then we had 2 fields out here. So it was like to collect all the data was something else. So Tirth Patel He has picked up a wicket off his first ball. He's followed up with 4 dots. Here we go. Final ball. Oh, he gets a single. Bolasetti breaks the made wicket, but still a tidy over here from Tirth Patel is 26 for 2.
Yes, and just before we leave the come box, I was saying when they gathered and it was a water break, I guess they were wondering who we're going to bowl, how we're going to bowl. And from that discussion, the very first delivery, we saw the downfall.
So Ivor Henry is taking his leave. He's a busy man. He's our roving reporter this year. And Ivor has done tremendous job with interviews and the Player of the Match award and all that stuff. So he runs off to wear another cap. And I'm pretty sure that he will come back a little bit later on. Audley Watson has slipped into the come box. And Audley, we have seen what? We have seen a couple of wickets fall. We've seen 26 runs on the board. But we've got Sanjay Stanley out there. He's a quality player. And so Sump Army badly needs a win today. And so does Punjab Blues.
First of all, good morning to you, Lenny. And good morning to our viewers. Beautiful day here. Yes, Lenny, they are a quality team, quality players out there. So they are aspiring to get some, let's see, above par. You know, we've been having like in the 140s, the 150, 150s. So this time I think they'll be aspiring to get maybe somewhere in the 160s. It's been tough going here for the batters, and many times we continue to emphasize, the pitch, and sometimes, as you rightly say, in some earlier matches, Lenny, that it's the bowlers. Sometimes it's just the bowlers. Good bowling.
So Aziz continues to bowl very decent here. He's bowling at 1 for 10 at the moment. Sanjay Stanley is on 6. And they have lost the wicket of Tirth Patel for 4. Kunal Seagal for 13. Sump Army takes on Punjab Blues. The next match to follow is Cavaliers as they take on US All-Stars in what could be top of the table clash. Both teams on a couple of points, having won their opening game.
That's a highly anticipated game. Looking forward to see that one later in the day. And Swamp Army could be marching towards their first victory. I guess they will be thinking that this is the time that we've got to win.
Yeah, on the other hand, Punjab Blues will be hoping that Samp Army does not cross the line before them.
They simply don't want to sing the blues.
Yeah, both teams looking for 2 points here at the end of this match. Still a long way to go to decide that. We've got 86 balls in this match. We've got 8 wickets to fall, so that 2 ways that this innings could come to an end. No threat of rain, so we'll keep that out of the equation for the time being.
So far, but in the forecast, I did say it might rain today. So you're supposed to bring out your umbrellas. We are hoping that it will be in other parts of South Florida.
So Bolasetti has used up some 8 balls now. He's handed the strike to Sanjay Stanley, quality player.
Quietly going on 2 from 8.
Yeah, got a 50 in the first match, got 59. Against the powerful Somerset Cavaliers. Oh, bowled him. What a ball. What a ball here. So Aziz has taken the off stop and he's hit the top of off. And that's the end of Sanjay Stanley. He falls for 7. And now it's 29 for 3.
He's all business. Aziz is all business. He's running in from the northern end. And that ball was a ripper. It came in just from outside the off stump, just enough to remove the bails on the offside, but off and middle, and the batter Stanley just have to go. No question of waiting under the umpire. He knew he was out.
Yeah, another big blow here for Sump Army. They have lost two of their better batsmen in Sanjay Stanley. Was just bowled by a brilliant ball from Aziz Faisley. He falls for 7, and earlier we saw Kunal Seagal. He went for unlucky 13, so things not looking good here for Samp Army. They're batting at 29 for 3, and they're going just they're going at 4.8 and over. So even that not too impressive. But the most worrying factor here is that they have lost 3 wickets, and 2 of them are their key batsmen.
That's going to be a little problem for them. The lower order batsmen will have to come in and settle down a little bit and try to turn things around for the side.
So Mujtaba Tariq comes to the middle. Abiram Balsetti will be the man on strike. Over would have completed with a final delivery from Aziz Faisley. So brilliant sunshine here in Lauderhill. And oddly, we have had some very good weather so far. But like you said, there is a 40 or 30% chance of rain here. But let's hope that the weatherman is wrong today.
Yeah, I just knocked on the desk, so that is knock on wood.
So Tirth Patel will continue. A very impressive first over from Tirth Patel. He picked up a wicket. Give away a single. There is a big appeal. And not out, says Mangesh Rana. And Tirth Patel continues to bowl impressively well here.
That was a beautifully bowled ball. The batter was totally deceived by that one. And he continued to bowl at that nagging length. He is going to pick up more wickets.
So tidy stuff from Tirth. He's now bowled 8 balls. He's only conceded 1 run. And he's picked up a wicket off his very first ball. We've seen a couple of bowlers in the stadium in the last couple of days doing that. Devendra Bishu twice.
Did it twice.
Wow, yes. Devendra Bishu did it twice, getting a wicket off his very first delivery.
One was Chris Gale.
Yeah, one was Chris Gale and one was Dominic Rickey. So 2 quality batsmen.
2 quality batsmen.
Yeah, if I were the captain tomorrow of Devendra Bishu, I throw him the ball when I need a wicket and hope that probability works in his favor.
Just continue in the same vein, yes. The bowlers, the batters are under some pressure here. But the nature of T20 is that,
very easy chance put down. So it should have been 29 for 4. Tirth Patel has done everything possible to pick up a wicket here. Yet he has applied pressure on Abiram Balsetti. A ball just cut into the offside. And a very, very simple chance that should have been accepted. Abiram lives on. Should have been 29 for 4. It's still 29 for 3.
That chance went up begging there. Easy catch, and the bowler continued to put the batsman under pressure, and the desired result was a wicket, but no wicket.
Yeah, quality over. So Tirth Patel has bowled 2 overs. He's gone for 2. He's picked up 1. Impressive stuff from the left arm leg spinner. Tirth Patel is 30 for 3 at the end of 7.
Beautiful cricket here. The T20 is a game of such that there's not much time for you to go in and settle in, especially at the time when you're 30 for 3 after 7 overs. And therefore, the batter is trying to force things along, but he's been pinned down by the bowler. And in trying to unshackle himself, there we saw the catch went down. As you rightly say, it should have been 4 wickets.
So Aziz, it appears, will bowl throughout here. He's gone 3 on a trot. And he's bowled well. He's picked up 2 out of the 3 wickets to have fallen. 2 for 12. A brilliant delivery to take out Sanjay Stanley not too long ago. hitting the top of off. So Bolasetti gets an aggressive shot towards the onside, could pick up runs here. And they come back for a couple of runs. Abiram Bolasetti needed a bit of release there. He's soaked up some 15 deliveries now. He's only scored 5, so 32 for 3.
And that one ran pretty close to the boundary, maybe was pulled back maybe a meter or 2. Little change in personnel from one side to the other. Now he's protecting the boundary down and long on. Wide long on.
Oh, guided away here by Abiram. So he picks up another run. Aziz continues to bowl well. The Sump Army, the word Samp is a Gujarati word that means united. So in that language, Samp means united. So when you're looking at United Army.
I've just learned something there. And I'm quite sure the viewers, a lot of viewers may have just learned that as well.
Yeah, the boys, is a good learning experience for the team out of the Carolina. Their first trip to the US Open, and leading up to this tournament, there were a lot of training sessions and practice games to get them really going. And so here they are. We just need the results now. So Punjab Blues and Sump Army locked in a battle here. Both teams have not won a game yet, but it's they've only played one. Sump Army ran into Somerset Cavaliers. It's not a lot of team hasn't beaten that team in years here at the US Open, so maybe we'll forgive them for that.
It's not a good team to run into, the Somerset Cavaliers. They have won 2 out of the last 3 years. They have been champions, and they are gunning for number 3, of course.
And they learned that pretty quickly the other day when they scored, what, 130 plus, and that was only one part of the issue, but the other part of the issue, Kinar Lewis and Chandrapal Hemraj made easy work of 130 plus. So lessons learned, and I'm pretty sure cricket and especially a young squad as the Samp Army is, I'm pretty sure that they're going to learn a lot. There's going to be a lot of positive takeaway from the US Open, come what may of the results.
Experience teaches wisdom. So they would have used those losses as a learning experience.
So 8 of us gone, 34 for 3. Samp Army being sent in here by Punjab Blues. And you're watching the US Open, US Cricket Open 2020 series. And we're coming to you live from the beautiful city of Lauderhill. That's in Florida, in the southern part of the United States. And wherever you are, as Audley made mention, wherever you are, what's applicable to you, you want to say good morning, good evening, good well into the night, wherever you are. And thanks for tuning in today. 34 for 3.
And the strike rate is only 4.3 at the moment. They've said they are being pegged back by the bowlers. But somehow, if they want to have a good score, a defendable total, they will have to find some way to unleash the shackles that they are under right now. But of course, the bowlers have other ideas.
So Audley, from 6 games, that's 12 innings. Total score so far, 1,508 from 12 innings. So you divide that, we come up to 126. So that's the average score of the tournament. As Tirth Patel, he's been very impressive. He's bowled 2 overs and he's only given up 2 runs. He's picked up 1.
That's a type of a stingy bowler, miserly bowler you want to have on your team. Very tight, giving nothing away.
And the point we were making to the other commentators is that spin could be the trick here in the in this year's US 2020 tournament. We saw some quality spin bowling last night, and now we're beginning to see Tirth Patel putting on a spell here. Swinging across the line of a delivery doesn't go well for Tariq. He remains on 1, having used up 5 balls.
Yeah, the world over at the moment they are using a lot of spin bowlers even to open the attack. So spin is in, as you could say.
So just coming back to the average score, as I told you, it's about 126, 127. Of course, it was 140 at the end of the first day, but we got some low scores last night in the stadium. We got 102, then we got 115. So that pulled things down a little bit.
Quite a lot, yes.
And the fact too, oddly, what to consider is that some of the big teams, Somerset Cavaliers and 22 yards, batted last. So what happened? Oh, that's a good-looking shot from Tariq. Will get runs here. Running up towards the wide-ish mid-off area. Good bit of work by the fielder. Restricting the batsman to only a couple of runs. And that's a good-looking shot from Tariq, but a little bit too high. And once it landed, it just stuck in the ground.
That was good fielding, and of course the fielder being given a touch by his compatriot there. As he just stopped that ball, turned it back into the fielder, they rocketed it back into the wicketkeeper, only 2.
So more runs here for Mujtaba Tariq. And he picks up another single, but still a quality over again from Tirth Patel. Only 3 off that over. 9 gone, 37 for 3.
Indeed, very good going here. It's a battle, great battle going on between bat and ball. The Army, Sump Army, of course, they're trying to set a decent total. But as Lenny just reminded us about the par score here, it's going to be very tough because it's tough going out there. The pitch not giving away a whole lot, neither on the bowlers nor the fielders. All round, very good cricket. A battle royal is going on right there. And a lot of time, Lenny, sometimes you would think that you'll have to have a score of 170, 180 to have, you know, a real good match. And sometimes it's the opposite. Today we have seen another shift in the direction of the wind. 3 days. Today is coming again from the west. Yesterday was from the east. The first day was from the west to the east. You can see those flags out there coming in from the west.
So Ronak Sharma given the ball. Will come into the attack here. Mujtaba Tariq will be the man on strike, and oddly, let's come back to the average score. The point I was making. So it's about 126 at the moment as we came into the park this morning. The fact is that some of the big teams, Cavaliers, Atlanta Paramveers, they have batted last. So like anything else, they can only score what the opposition made. So you look at Somerset Cavaliers, they batted impressively well the night they chased. Kinar Lewis and Chandrapal Hemraj got among the runs, and they were able to get 133 in just about 10 overs. So you would probably want to imagine what would have happened, let's say, scenarios if they had batted first. And assuming Kinar Lewis and Chandrapal Hemraj had gotten off to the same start, probably we would have seen 180, 190, even 200 on the card. That would have certainly lifted
the average.
Yeah.
Yes.
The average up. And the fact is, so they batted last, and they can only make what the other team. And when that is done, we know the game is over.
The game is done and dusted.
So ball cut away, can't score. And then you look at Atlanta Paramveers. They chased twice. So that prevented the likes of the big guns like Gale and everybody else to really get going and put a big score. And then 22 yards. Another big team chased last night, and they chased a very, very modest score. So those probably impacted the average. This one is struck well straight into the square leg. Fielder, he takes the catch, and Bolasetti has to go, and it's 38 for 4. Another wicket goes down here for Sump Army.
It could be a good thing for Swamp Army because Bolasetti made only 6 from 20 balls, as a matter of fact, 20 balls. So he has been there, and he should have been seeing the ball big as a proverbial breadfruit. But then he has been there and sucked a lot of balls, and it could be a good thing for Sump Army. Somebody else come in and start to get the ball off the surface and over the boundaries.
Yeah, they've been put under pressure with some tidy spin bowling. And even the seamer has bowled well. We saw Aziz Faisley bowling impressively well. That's the boys. That's a Samp Army camp. And Aziz Faisley bowled impressively well. The seamer from the far end of the ground. And then we saw the left arm leg spinner Tirth Patel. And you look at Tirth Patel bowling figure. He's bowled 2 overs, no made none for 15. The first 2 overs went for only 2 runs. So very impressive stuff here from the Punjab Blues. As Gaurav Khanna comes out to the middle with a lot of work to be done here for Samp Army. 38 for 4, 62 balls remaining. Ranak Sharma has picked up 1.
See, the Samp Army is still batting below 4 per over. It's almost 10 overs, and they are yet to reach 40 runs.
When you look at the bowling stats of last year, Ranak Sharma has had one of the best bowling figures, 6 for 31 last year. So he's a quality. He's asked the question, batsman not offering a shot. And Gaurav Khanna will live again, 38 for 4 at the end of 10.
And it seemed as if he was sure he was dancing. He was dancing. Umpire, umpire, come on. What's happening?
So 10 overs gone. They're going just over 3 runs and over. It's 38 for 4 at the end of 10. Sump Army put under pressure here by some very, very good bowling here from the Punjab Blues as we welcome our man Eddie Edwards into the box. Eddie, welcome to day 3 of US Open 2020.
Thank you very much, Lenny. And pleasant good morning to the audience, listening audience, the audience that's watching. Certainly, as Lenny mentioned, day 3 of the MAQ T20 tournament. 12 years in the business. And of course, it's 2020. So, it's 38 for 4. Sump Army now against the Punjabi Blues. Lenny?
Yes, Eddie. And as we see, Zubair Ilyas comes into the attack. And this is a good time that the captain could throw a ball to you, Eddie. If you're a bowler, good time to come in bowl. Not too much has happened here. 39 for 4. This is a good chance for you to apply more pressure. A good time for you to come in and bowl. The pressure is on the batting team.
Most definitely, and this is where the captain, as you said, would throw the ball to a bowler that he believed could tighten the screw just a little bit on the batting team. So this one is played back to the bowler, feeding to his own bowling, and there is no run. The total remains on 39 for 4. Ghana is on North, and Tariq is on 6. Played out in towards cover man, going across his left, diving to, knocks it down and prevent the batsman from getting a run. So the total remains on 39 for 4. Partnership of 1. Pushed out in the covers again, no run.
Yeah, the spinners have bowled extremely well. Now we see Zubair Ilyas. He's followed up. We saw Tirth Patel, the young spinner.
A young leg spinner. It's quite a spell so far for him. Again into the cover region. No run. So seems like he has a lot of covers there, Lenny.
Yeah, it's only 1 run in the over so far. So Ilyas has really picked up where Tirth Patel has left off. They haven't given away anything from the come box end. Here we go. And ball attempted cut. Doesn't go well. Goes straight into the glove of the keeper. 11 gone, 39 for 4.
And that's what you want. Bowlers bowl in tandem. And if one is leaking runs from one end, the other one can come and tighten up from the other end. But so far, both bowlers are bowling extremely well. And they're doing their team and their supporters a world of justice.
So if you're just joining the broadcast and you want to catch up back, you see the score 39 for 4. But who are the 4? Tirth Patel, he fell for 4. Kunal Seagal, he fell for 13. Sanjay Stanley, he was bowled off a very brilliant ball from Aziz Faisley for 7. And Abhiram Balasetti, he fell for 6. So 39 for 4. And the boys here from the Sump Army. Samp, here, there we go with our scorecard. So only Kunal Seagal got into double figures so far, with the not-out batsman Tariq and Kana out in the middle. And Eddie just coming back to the Sump Army, their first trip to the US Open. Their second game in the series. They've lost one, and we see the scorecard as in this present game. They've will have to probably hoping for the best in this game, and then take whatever lessons to be learned from a high-profile tournament as the US Open.
I'm pretty much sure that they would have already penciled that in. Certainly would want to get a win here under their belt. Not only just coming down for just showing, but they want to perform and perform well at this level. So that ball is played out in towards the deep extra cover region. Batsman cross for a single. Takes the total now to some 40 for the loss of 4 wickets.
Yeah, the Samp Army, they're in the group with Somerset Cavaliers and US All-Stars.
In some big company. Big teams that you just mentioned there, Lenny.
So a big appeal towards the square leg umpire for a stumping. Not outside is umpire Mangesh Rana.
And umpire Mangesh Rana runs in from the square leg position, looking to repair the wicket.
And Eddie, I'm pretty sure the way things are going, one day at the US Open we will have referral system. I'm pretty sure.
I'm 100% in agreement with you there. It's in the works. It's coming. Just take it. It's going to take a little bit of time.
So the good bowling continues here. They've gone up. Not out, says umpire Jermaine Lindo. But that's a confident shot from Ranak Sharma. And the keeper also went up. It's 40 for 4.
Yes, indeed. And the not only was the wicket keeper animated, but also the bowler. He was more animated than the wicket keeper himself. Must have been very disappointed for not giving the out caught behind. Here we see again. Turn it down, looking to turn it down the leg side. The ball must have just nicked the tie pad on the way through to the wicketkeeper. And there is no run. 40 it is for 4, Lenny.
Yeah, Jermaine Lindo. A couple of one international under his belt. And he's been a man that has always been seen at the US Open. Quality umpires, Jermaine Lindo, and so does everyone else on the panel here. The umpiring panel of the US Open over the years, Eddie, has always been a solid bunch.
The performance has been tremendous.
Coordinated by
Danny Khan.
Yeah, Danny Khan, Cricket Umpires Association president. And we've seen the likes of Vijay Malela and some of the umpires who couldn't make it this year from out of state. So ball played into the offside and eludes the man. It's gone upstairs for a US Open maximum. And that's a good way to end the over. 12 overs gone, 47 for 4.
That was a big shot. And it went straight over long off for 6. And as you said, it's a good way to end the over. 47 it is for 4. And they're just marching along. They're going to need a lot more from where that came from.
Yeah, they badly need runs. They're going just around 4 and over 3.92. And you look at the wickets column, they've lost 4. They've lost 2 of their best batsmen from the last game. There we see the Punjab Blue camp, or is that the Samp camp? And so the boys are just taking in the experience of the US Open. 47 for 4. And I was making the point out of those four wickets, Kunal Seagal and Sanjay Stanley, who gave them good start the other day. They're back in the shade. It's 47 for 4, Eddie.
So would have lost those two batters. I'm pretty much sure that they have other players that they can depend upon. So let's see what the rest will bring from the dugout. This one is pulled away down behind square. The man going from the deep backward square position runs around to his right. He picks up but cannot prevent the batsman from coming back for 2 runs. So that brings up on the scoreboard some 49 for 4. Punjabi Blues certainly would want to walk away with a win here today. So Sump Army have anything to do with that? They will say, not in my territory.
So that'll bring up the 50. Gaurav Khanna picks up a single, punching the ball out on the offside. So 50 here for Sump Army.
And it seems like it has taken an eternity to bring up the 50 on the board. So they might want to put their foot on the gas just a little bit more than they have been doing in the first, 12 overs. So we are into the 13th now.
Yeah, the 50 has come up in the 13th over. You're right on that. Would have been a better score. Let's say they're batting at 8 over, 50 for 2, a little bit more workable score. But Eddie Edwards, we've seen how runs seems to be. You've got to work for your runs in the stadium this year. As another quality delivery here from Zubair Ilyas, 50 for 4.
So Ilyas continues to be impressive. Hasn't leaked much runs at all. Has some 4 runs off his over now, an extra one, so you'd make it 5 of the overs, and bowled some 1.4 overs. So he's into his second over. He's been looking very tidy thus far from the commentary box end. So the current run rate is just about 4. This one is played into the offside. The batsman can get no run. So 5 deliveries bowled in this over from Ilyas. Waiting on the batsman to settle into his stance. Does so just about now. Just dropping short of the man there at the point region. So the over comes to an end. So at the end of the over, at the end of it, Sump Army 51 for 4 and 13 overs completed. Lenny.
Yeah, it's been a struggle for runs here from the United Army. They've struggled against some very quality bowling. We saw Tirth Patel, the young man, the left-arm leg spinner, 3 overs, no made, 1 for 5.
Very impressive.
Then we also saw Sharma, 2 overs, no made, 1 for 9. Sharma has been among the wickets last year, US Open. So, and Aziz Faisley, he picked up 2 for 16 also. So the bowlers have really come to the fore.
So with this current run rate, and it doesn't seem like they're going to pick it up anytime soon. There was a little conference in the middle between the two batters. Who knows what they would have discussed? Let's see what they would do. Let's see what they're going to do in the 14th over.
Yes, Eddie, my scoring app is telling me a projection of just 89 runs based on the run rate at the moment. I'm pretty sure Samp Army will be hoping that doesn't stay true.
It's true.
52 for 4, 41 balls still to be bowled. Gaurav Khanna and Mujtaba Tariq, the men out in the middle.
So it's Khanna on strike. Tosses up there, looking to put it down towards back of the square. He loses his footing, and he was stumped there by the wicketkeeper. Good glove work there behind the stumps by the young man. So Ghana goes just some 15 deliveries, and to account for that, he's just only scored some 4 runs.
Yeah, things have gone downhill here for Sump Army. They're now batting a 52 for 5. Not a good look on the scorecard.
Not a good look at all around. So they must be saying to themselves now that we're in some deep extra deep trouble, and we have to pull ourselves out of that right now. So 55 it is for 2. The new batter is Aditya Gupta. So I'm pretty much sure that he would want to stay there with Tariq and rebuild the innings.
Yeah, Ranak Sharma has picked up 2. So we've seen a couple of bowlers. Aziz picked up a couple of wickets. Tirth Patel 1. So 2, 2 and 1. 52 for 5. They dropped a very easy catch in the covers not too long ago, but I'm pretty sure even with that, they have put enough pressure here on the Sump Army lineup.
Most definitely, I agree with you totally there, Lenny. So let's see if Sharma will continue to tighten the screws just a little bit more, just enough to get them over the line. 52 for 5.
So Gupta defends. They scamper for a single in the end.
That was a suicidal single, if you ask me.
Yeah, the fielder came in, couldn't pick up cleanly off the first attempt, and so the batsman was able to cover the ground. Every run will count. 53.
So it brings the dangerous Tariq into strike. 15 from some 16 deliveries.
Yeah, it's been quite a struggle here for the Samp Army team. They've come up against a better looking Punjab Blues today, and so far both teams, as we made mention, haven't won a game yet, but someone will. So hammered it out in
rain. So this one is played into the deep cover position by Tariq. They get a single, takes a total now to some 54 for 5. It brings the reliable Aditya Gupta into strike, giving himself some room and just slap it down towards point. The ball is traveling at a good rate of speed going towards the boundary. Will he be able to put it back just inside the boundary? The return comes in, not a very good one, but the batsman was able to get some 2 runs. And if you ask me, Lenny, they should have gotten 3 for the distance that ball traveled. And at that rate, they should have gotten 3. So it is what it is. 56 for 5. Tariq is on 16. Gupta is on 3. Settles now. Await the arrival of Sharma. Looking to turn it into the onside, the ball cutting back into the right, and the ball being played into the short mid-off position. The over comes to an end, and at the end of the over, at the end of it, Sump Army, after some 14 overs, they are 56 for 5. Tariq is on 16, Gupta is on 3. That is the latest score here from the Broward County Stadium. So the sun has left us momentarily. Some slight overcast on the outside, on the northeast side of the stadium. Oh, the umpires are having a little bit of confidence for themselves, Lenny. Doesn't sound too happy there, the umpire from Jamaica, whatever it was. So all is well out in the middle now, and it's going to be Lias who's going to continue. None for 5. And he is into his 3rd over.
Yeah, Tariq is the top scorer at the moment. Mujtaba Tariq, by scoring 16, he's going better than Kunal Sigal, who fell for 13. So still a long way to go here to post a good score. They're batting a 56 for 5.
Well, I would say I'm going to predict that they get 85 runs. And I say that and mean it from the heart. So that being played into the onside, and the batsman can get no run. The total remains on 57 for the loss of 5. And yes, now this one is hit high and hard out towards long on. just a couple of bounces to the man wearing the number 21 jersey. He picks up, but cannot prevent the batsman from getting a single. 58 it is for a loss of 5. Gupta is on 5. Tariq is on 16 from some 18 deliveries.
So they've got 33 balls still to be bowled here.
That's a lot of balls.
Zubair has really come into his own here. Zubair Ilyas, he's bowled so far, only giving up 6 runs.
And he's bowling with a plan. He's pitching those deliveries outside the line of the off stump and seems not to care whether or not the umpire would have called wide, but he's taking his chances and letting the batsman play at every delivery outside the line of the off stump. So he doesn't really care about the wide, so to speak.
Yeah, we were making the point. He came into bowl when the score was 39 for 4. So he came at a time when you have got to say things were a little bit more calm. So a good chance for him to push on. Not to say that he's not a quality bowler, but he's certainly added that bit of ingredient that being a quality bowler, he came into bowl when the things were a little bit thing, and he picks up another wicket, or he picks up his first wicket. He's going at 1 for 7. Another wicket goes down. 59 for 6.
Went for the big shot, missed it completely. He was looking to hit that out towards long off. Didn't make contact. The ball cannons into the stumps, and he will have to go. 59 it is for a loss of 6 wickets. Tariq is the man that going back to the pavilion. So his total would be some 17 of 19 deliveries. So one more wicket goes down. Elias picks up his first wicket. 1 for 7 from some 2.5 overs. And the sun is back with us here, Lenny, at the Broward County Stadium.
Yeah, sunny Florida. So another wicket falls here. They're struggling here, Sump Army. A new man comes to the middle. So it's really been a struggle here to get runs. Only a couple of batsmen, Tariq and Kunal Segal, got into double figures. So not a good reading here for the Samp Army scorecard.
And the track is playing extremely well. It has no devil inside of it. Only saw the young Patel get 1 and 2 delivery to move away from the batters when he was bowling from this commentary box end.
So it appears Sharma will come into the attack again. He starts over number 4. So
the new batsman is Nilesh Patel. And early on I thought it was Tariq who was the man that got bowled, but it was indeed Aditya. So correction there. So Nilesh Patel is on naught. 59 it is for 6, and we're into over number 16. This one is slapped away down towards deep cover. Batsman pretty much walked through for a single, if you ask me, or tracked through for a single. Brings up 60 runs on the board. And there's 60 for the loss of 6 wickets, Lenny.
Yeah, it's always an issue here where the runs is going to come from.
Beaten outside the line of the off stump, was looking to sling that out towards long on. Didn't make contact. And the wicketkeeper takes it very cleanly. Took it low down too. So good run, good work behind the stumps from the wicketkeeper, the man wearing the number 17 jersey.
So Patel gets his first run and pushes the score just into the 60s here for Samp Army, having lost the toss and was asked to bat first, and a good choice made by Punjab Blues.
So bring Tariq into strike. Coming off the edge of the bat, into the slip corner and running away down just in front of the scoreboard. Come back for run number 2. So good bit of bowling there. Just unlucky not to pick up the wicket of Tariq. Chance went a begging there, Lenny.
Yeah, Sharma's bowled well, 2 for 19 off his 4. He's a quality bowler. He's been among the wicket last year, and along with Tirth Patel, they have really broke the backbone of the Sump Army lineup today. 63 for 6 at the end of 16.
So with just 4 more overs to go. What's your prediction, Lenny? What is your app telling you?
Yeah, it's not going to be a lot of runs here. I mean, not of 16 or 20 runs, the most probably they'll get, but we don't know. We don't know what Tariq and Nilesh can really bring to the table.
We just have to wait and see.
Yeah, but the bowling has been good. Zubair Ilyas.
He's going to bowl to Patel. So for that, it's pulled out towards the wide mid-wicket position. Man coming off the fence. And they can only pick up a single. So Patel goes now to 2. Takes the total to some 64. And it brings Tariq into strike. He's in 20. He's been out there for a while. So he should be able to free his arm just a bit now here to get his team some extra runs. They're going to need it though. And as I said that, this one is swinging out towards extra cover. Man coming on from the wide long off position. Rifles a return in, but not before the batsman gets 2 runs. 66 it is for the loss of 6.
Yeah, good strike here from Nilesh. In fact, to Tariq, sorry. And you look at his scorecard, 666.
Is that a good thing, Lenny? You don't even want to talk about it.
So Zubair Ilyas. They've bowled well, Punjabi Blues. And they've made sure that when their turn comes to bat, they're not chasing any
big total.
Yeah, any formidable total. They want to keep it to what we've seen this year as an average score 126. We were discussing a little bit earlier on. But you want to think with this score on the board here, that will pull the average down a bit.
Maybe about 90, somewhere thereabout. So it's Tariq into strike. Out towards mid-wicket, pulls him off the boundary. They're only going to get 1. So 1 more to Tariq. He goes on to 23. Takes the total now to some 67 for 6. Brings Nilesh Patel into strike. One out towards long on. And once again, they can only muster just a single. So it is the singles game here, Lenny, for now.
Yeah, certainly not by choice.
They've been forced to.
Yeah, being forced to. Some tidy bowling here from Punjab Blues. Both teams are badly looking for win. So the next game coming up after this game would be the All-Stars and Cavaliers clash. That promises to be one of very much interest, as both teams are regarded as 2 of the big teams in the group. And so the Somerset Cavaliers and the US All-Star, that game should be one that a lot of people will be following. A couple of runs here off the bat of Tariq, and pushes the score up to 70 for 6, Eddie Edwards.
So yes, I think it's the first time we have seen some overthrow in this competition. So with these two teams going at it, they're certainly giving us a little bit of entertainment, but they want to make sure that they cross with a W in the win column.
Yeah, Tariq has batted well for 25. And he's the only man that has carried some bit of fight here towards the Punjab Blues. 17 gone, 70 for 6.
Anchoring the Samp Army's total. You want to make sure that he comes out ahead. 25 from some 27 delivery. And at this point, it seems like Nilesh Patel is playing the supportive role or the anchor role, so to speak. He's making sure that Tariq stays on top. So 70 it is for the loss of 6. 17 overs gone. We're about to see the commencement of over number 18. So the last wicket to fall, that was Gupta, bowled by Zabir Elias for 5. Since then, not much have happened here. The sun is out in all its glory. Let's hope it stays that way, Lenny, for our sake and the sake of our viewers around the world.
Yes, Eddie. We've seen some brilliant sunshine, and then we would see a little bit of slight overcast. So it's a little bit of hide and seek with the clouds and the sun.
So giving us some mixed signals.
So Ignore Singh comes back into the attack, none for 15 off 2. And we've got 3 overs remaining, or 18 balls. Nilesh will be the man on strikes, empty on the card.
That first ball is played in towards the cover position. Finding its way down towards the boundary. Good bit of feeling there, but the batsman is going to come back for 2 because the fielder coming across from deep extra cover, he fumbles just a bit and enough to give the batsman the enough time to come back for run number 2. Takes its score now to 72 for the loss of 6 wickets. Nilesh Patel is on 6. Tariq is on 25.
Yeah, nice partnership being built up here by Sump Army. Sometimes Eddie Edwards, sometimes the run comes at the top, sometimes it comes in the middle, sometimes it comes at the bottom. We take it all in. Every run will count. 73 on the board.
I agree with you. They wanna. It doesn't matter where it comes from or when it comes. They want to make sure that they have it posted on the board. This one is played back to the bowler. He feels, and no harm, no foul. So Singh turns, none for 18. He's in his 3rd over. And this time, is he bowled? Yes, Tariq goes at a time when his team really need his support, really need him out there. He made an error, he blundered, and in the end loses his wicket, comprehensively beaten and bowled by Ignore Singh. 25 was his contribution. 73 it is Lenny for 7.
Yeah, Ignore has picked up his first wicket now. And a nice little partnership for the Samp Army comes to an end. So Mujtaba Tariq finally goes the top scorer so far. Played well, considering what has really happened here with Samp Army. And 73 for 7.
And they must be saying on his way back to the pavilion now, they must be saying, thank you so much, Mr. Tariq. You have pulled us out of a big hole. Let's see what the remainder of our batters can do. Even though we don't have lots of runs on the board, this might very well be enough to pull us over the win column. 73 it is. Nilesh Patel is on 6. The new batsman is Akash Joshi. Take it away, Lenny.
Yeah, so we've got what, 13 balls remaining. Joshi and Nilesh will have to stem together something in the next 13 balls or so. Try to make use of the full allotted 20 overs. It has not been easy. They have had to contend with some very good spin bowling, and we also saw the seeming work of Aziz Faisley, who bowled impressively well. 73 for 7 at the end of 18. And so 12 balls remaining.
And sometimes your captain just tell you, doesn't matter what you do, don't get out, bat the entire overs out. Once you stay there, you can make runs. The opportunity is going to present itself in order for you to make runs. And as we see, it is 73 for 7, and we've just seen the completion of over number 18. So it seems like we're going to have a change of bowling from the commentary box end. And let's see what will happen with the 19th over.
Yeah, Tirth Patel, the young leg spinner, comes back into the attack. Impressive bowling from Tirth.
First time I saw him on the first day, I came to the conclusion that he's a very dangerous bowler. Watched him took his first wicket with his first ball.
Yeah, he's bowling at 1 for 5 off 3, and look at that. In the air, soft dismissal. One of the easiest catch that fielder probably would have taken. And another wicket goes down. Tirth Patel has now picked up his second wicket, bowling at 2 for 5. It's 73 for 9.
And the ironic thing about it, every spells that he bowls, the very first ball, he gets wicket. And it continues. It shows the hard work and how he usually flight those delivery, give the batsman the opportunity and say, well, listen, hit me over the top or I'm going to get you a wicket. So whatever you do, make sure that I am not part of that as far as the negative is concerned. So he gets his second wicket, 73 it is for 8. And it's going to be, let's see who's going to replace him.
Looks like Aryan Shah. So 73 for 8. Patel has picked up 2 for 5. Very impressive bowling. He's into his 4th over.
We're into the 19th. So Patel is asking the man at the long on position just to go a bit to his left. Seemed like a very slick bowler too.
Yeah, Aryan Shah is one of the teenagers in the team. Very young team, this Sump Army. And that's another quality delivery he's given out. So that's the end of Aryan Shah. So he gets a first ball. And all of a sudden, Tirth Patel is on a hat-trick. It's 73 for 9.
All of a sudden, he is on a hat-trick. And that's a very good way to put it because it is true. It is factual. 73 for 8. Aryan Shah, he didn't really interfere with the scorer at all, as if to say, I wasn't here.
Yeah, well, these days of electronic scoring, Eddie Edwards, it does give our technical man Roddy Lalman a lot of work to get going with sending 2 players back to the hut and then get all the graphics back up and then bring the incoming batsman. So those days of saying that it does not trouble the scorer. It's a little bit different. It's a little bit different with electronic scoring. And so you've got to do a lot of data changes to the whole thing. So 73 for 9 as Uwais Jilani comes to the middle. And with the Samp Army, they're reeling here with just 73 runs on the board.
So let's see if the young man Patel will get.
So hat-trick ball for Tirth Patel. Jilani on strike. Oh, that's a quality delivery.
And he gets it.
He's balled him.
He's gotten it. He has gotten it. And certainly he gets a round of applause from his teammate. Previously, I saw them lifting him up on their back and on their stomach, and as if to say, you have championed our cause. You have pulled us out of this situation here. And oh my, how we love you, Patel, Patel, Patel. Your performance here today has been extraordinary. And certainly, you have come to South Florida and you have perform. Thus so far you've seen so many wickets gone, but none in this competition. But you have taken the big step of the bowlers and you have gotten what it takes. You have gotten the hat trick.
Well, not only has he gotten the hat trick, look at the scorecard here. Not a good-looking one. Tariq and Kunal Seagal got among the runs, 13 and 25. But look at towards the end, it's Tirth Patel. He's dominated towards the bottom end of the scorecard. He bowled impressively well. And wickets number 8, first wicket. Wicket number 9, second wicket. Wicket number 10 ended the innings. And you look at the bowling here. Let's look at Tirth Patel. 4 wickets for 5 runs. Certainly the best bowling figure this year so far. Whether someone will do better than that is left to be seen. But that's the situation. Punjab Blues, very impressive bowling display. 73 runs all out. 74 will be the target, Eddie Edwards.
Yes, and yesterday we saw E. Banks took some 5 wickets for 12 runs from his allotted 5. So bowlers, the medium pace bowlers and the spinners, they have come to the party and they're dancing. So the innings come to an end. So we'll get you back on the flip side. Well, he's conquered the big bats.
What's the name again? Patel.
Patel. He did.
One caught, one stump, one ball. No umpire.
Yes, Square got to give it one. The way here for the Punjab Blues, they've bowled well, and already first ball they've picked up a single here. So this seems to be a very, very dominating performance here for the Punjab Blues. Amir?
Punjab Blues they opened their account with was first ball, first single, so that what is counts in T20. Concentrate on doubles and singles. You can take game to your home.
So it appears that one of the good things that this match will do for the scheduling, it will really push the competitions committee to really get back on track if they were lagging in behind in terms of getting the schedule on time. Scheduled time 1:30 for the Cavaliers and US All-Stars game. So we're well within the time frame to finish here.
Aryan Shah needs to ball on a little bit on the offside. That last ball was towards the middle and leg.
So Harry Bowler comes into strike and ball turned into the onside. So they picked up a couple of runs already. As Aryan Shah will have to bowl, or anyone from the Samp Army, they will have to bowl a spell of their life to really curtail what has been a very, very disappointing performance from the Samp Army batting lineup.
Samp Army need really a breakthrough at this point. That's a better ball right off through the off stump and moved away from the batsman. That's a ball line and length. I would like to look at it if your team with a really low score and you're defending low target here. That's better line and length again from Aryan Shah.
So widest call once the ball goes down the leg side, as signaled by umpire Mangesh Rana. Umpire Mangesh Rana and Jermaine Lindo, the umpires out in the middle. So this one will have to be bowled back. So they'll be batting in excess of 20 overs by one ball so far. This one is cut away into the offside. Can't score is Gurinder Saini. He remains on one.
Better line. He start bowling with a better line and length right now. That's what they need. They need to take advantage of the wind, and if they put in the right area, they will get some wickets.
So hammered into the onside. Shaw got hands to the ball. In the end, is gone for 6 off the bat of Gurinder Saini. Struck it well. But the fielder came around. Would have been a magnificent catch had he held on to it. He did well. Got hands to the ball, but it was traveling quite quickly. And it goes away for a maximum. So good looking shot from Gurinder Saini. It's 9 without loss at the end of 1.
Here comes again that Fantasy 6, US Open Fantasy 6 we have witnessed here. And from the fielder, it was a good try, but all in vain. But he tried his best to get to the ball, and it's all about being a proactive. You guys need to understand, those who are listening around the world. You need to understand that you need to be proactive, especially in cricket. If you adopt your habit from the cricket and take it to your real personal life, you can be more successful. It's either in cricket or outside of cricket. But we are here in this US Open cricket, and you need to learn from it that you need to be proactive. That will get you where you want to be.
So Gaurav Khanna has been given the ball. It's going to be very big responsibility from any bowler here. You're asking them to perform the impossible. Harry Bowler is the man on strike. 9 on the board.
Yeah, that's a better line length from Khanna. And last over, it cost Punjab Sump Army around 9 runs in 1 hour. That's very high for a low target. And is
So wicket goes down. Harry Bowler is cleaned up here by Gaurav Khanna. So a wicket goes down. It's a 9 for 1. This will do Sump Army a little bit of this will give them a little bit of encouragement. Still a long way to go. Harry Bowler goes 9 for 1.
it's all about, you know, everything is a chain link. It's a effect. Everything affects another thing. Like this wicket, they lost Punjab Blues. They lost the first wicket, and Swamp Army will get from it a little bit encouragement and boost up their confidence to ball more better. So that. And from Khanna, what I've seen is first ball was very good line length, and second ball came in and got him the wicket. So that's what they need to maintain if you are really targeting a very small total of 73, 74 runs on the board. That's what you need to do to really ball line and length. That's what the key, line and length for you boys, especially for the bowlers. And you need to adjust the field according to your bowling, where you're bowling, where you're pitching your ball. You need to adjust your field. So I'll ask my colleague here, what do you think of field placement?
So Iknur Singh comes out to the middle. The ball swept away. That's a good looking shot from Iknur, running up towards the fine leg boundary, and it crosses the rope now. So that's a good looking shot from Iknur Singh's 13 for 1.
And again, it's the ball again pitched on a leg side, and it was very easy for that new batsman Singh, and he played a very good sweep shot on it because line length was a loose. So if you was against target is small, very small target for the Punjab Blues, you need to target the right areas. You need to ball according to you set up your field according the wicket taking balls, not run giving balls. Again, shot down the wicket, and good fielding deep in the long, and for a comfortable single. And that needs to continue. It's a beautiful day here in Broward County in Florida for a U.S. Open tournament, and it's a beautiful day to play cricket. And there's a breeze, and you can take advantage of the breeze here, and good condition to play. And it's the second wicket down for the Punjab Blues, and Khanna made a breakthrough with this good liner length again, and it's a one more wicket down. Now 14 for 2.
Yeah, a couple of quick wickets here from Sump Army. Could this be a big fight back? Well, you never know. So 2 wickets down.
So that's the pressure building back technique, we can say, that Swamp Army is doing right now is taking wickets. All they have, the best thing they can do is take wickets at this point. So more wickets they'll take, the more pressure built up on Punjab Army and the Punjab Blues. Right now is the current run rate is 7.6, and run rate required is 3.3. With their close eyes, they can do this score. But if Swamp Army concentrate on their bowling line and length, they can be a little dangerous here.
So Jay Singh comes to the middle. Punjab Blues. Jay Singh, not a big score, but they've lost a couple of wickets here as Samp Army beginning a fight back. And can we be seeing one of the greatest defense of 70 plus runs in a T20 match happening before our very eyes? So Gaurav Sharma, he's picked up a couple of wickets in this over.
Yeah, it's pretty good spell, Khanna, so far.
We saw Tirth Patel for Punjab Blues getting 4 wickets for 5 runs. So what an over here from Gaurav Khanna. He's picked up 14 for 2 at the end of 2.
There is an old saying that you don't have to be great to get started, but you need to be started to be a great. So it's all your mindset. The fielding side, Swamp Army need to set up their mind that only thing they need at this point is the wickets. It's a blood bank for the Swamp Army right now to get the wickets. So that's what they need to do. Concentrate on getting the wickets. It's very low target, and from here on, if Punjab Blues lost one more wicket, they'll be under tremendous pressure. It's already pressure built up on them, and it's just a second over, 2 overs been bowled, and run rate came down a little bit to 7, and required is very low run rate, 3.3, but still they need to fight back at this point.
So Aryan Shah will continue his first over, went for 9. And all attention was on Gaurav Sharma. Very impressive bowling, 2 for 5 in his last over. But we're watching Aryan Shah. And ball tugged into the onside. It should be the man fielder coming around. He does well, saved the boundary. And the batsman comes back for a couple of runs. So good bit of fielding there from the man. For the man out in the middle, out in the onside. Saved a couple of runs, 16 for 2.
Very good fielding that he saved his team 2 runs, and every runs counts at the end. So that's a better liner length from Aryan Shah. That's the liner length he needs to bowl all day long till they get to the point where they put Punjab Blues under more pressure. Better line length again. Is Aryan Shah, young fella, is doing good in the middle right now, except from few little off deliveries, but he's doing. That's a good better line length. So any dot ball is a golden ball in T20. It saves 1 run, saves a life. 1 run saves a life. So dot balls save the bowler life, giving him more confidence. Chance for a run out, and he's gone.
So another wicket goes down here. There's 16 for 3. Ignore Singh is run out, and Sump Army. What is happening here in the Broward Stadium? Tariq is down for 16 as Ignore Singh is run out.
This is all a reflection of the dot balls. The more dot balls you play in T20, the more pressure is building up on a batting side, and that was a very good example of that pressure building. That there was Aryan Shah did 2-3 dot balls, and batsman was pressurized to play a stroke, which he tried and trying to make a single, and they lost 1 more wicket. So now Punjab Blues are 16 for 3 in 2.5 overs, and although his target is low, but this is a cricket. Is a cricket, you never know until it's finished.
So Sharma comes to the middle. With Punjab Blues struggling here, they just needed 74 to win this game. Now they're batting at 16 for 3, still 58 runs needed, 7 wickets standing. I'm not going to mention how many balls remaining because maybe not relevant at the moment. 16 for 3, Ranak Shah has come to the crease. And Aryan Shah, he's bowled well, he's effected some bit of pressure. Now they're having to scamper for runs in the end. Ranak Shah gets off the mark. Every run counts. 17 for 3 at the end of 3.
That was a close call. It was a little bit late pickup by the fielder, and it would have been another dangerous run out here. And that was a close call. Punjab Blues don't need these kind of cheeky singles at this point. And they don't want to lose wicket, 1 more wicket at this point. They will put them in a tremendous pressure back again, as the run rate is all fallen down to 5.7 right now, from 7 to 5.7, required is 3.4 is going up. So they need to be a little bit on the more little bit cautious side of the game at this point, without losing any wickets.
So this game comes from Group A. Somerset Cavaliers, US All-Stars will play next. They're all in the same group, so a couple of Group A games will happen today. Punjab Blues and Sump Army, they haven't put points on the table yet. One will, as Gaurav Sharma, he's bowled impressively well in the first over, picked up a couple of wickets for 5 runs, and this one is going into a short third man area. They scamper through for a single, 18 for 3.
So that was a good line of length from him, from Kana again, and he done pretty well so far. And if he continues his right line and length and pitching in the right area, he can be more dangerous here.
So runs coming by single here. One more to the tally. Score goes up to 19 for 3. We've seen 3 quick wickets here. Off the bowling of the Samp Army crew, they're determined that they're going to put in a very hard defense of 73 runs on the board. Not a big target, but we've seen stranger things in cricket, especially T20 cricket. Ball cut away. That's a lovely shot. We'll get runs here, running up towards the cover boundary. And it crosses the rope in front of the fielder. And so that's a lovely shot off the bat of Sharma, 23 on the board.
Yeah, little loose ball away from the really outside the off stump. They need to maintain that with a very small total, 74 total on board. They are defending only 74 runs. For that kind of total, the bowlers really need to really work really hard on their line and length, especially. And that last delivery from Kana was little bit away from the outside the out stump, and the batsman played a very good cover drive on it, and went for 4 runs.
So 51 runs needed, 23 on the board. Gaurav Kana bowling at 2 for 11 at the moment. And the man on strike, Sharma, played a lovely shot for 4, and this one is going to beat the offside field again. Running up towards the cover boundary, will not get that, and it goes away for 4. So consecutive boundaries off the bat of Ranak Sharma. He has looked the part, it's 27 for 3.
I've noticed one thing, that there's an old saying that you can make me fool once but not twice. You need to bowl, and you need to put one deep extra cover fielder for saving those boundary lines, especially with a very low target of 74. So you need to adjust your fielding, adjust the line and length, and adjust the fielding, and then bowl accordingly.
So this over's gone for quite a few, couple of 4s and 2 singles. Good comeback delivery, but perhaps the damage has already been done in this over. A time in which you're defending a paltry score of 73, but you never know how it could turn out. It's 27 for 3. They've picked up 3 quick wickets. The work needs to be done still, with Punjab Blues and Samp Army still looking for points. Play and a miss. A bit of anguish there from the bowler. We'll wait and see what the signal is. And in fact, would have come off the bat, so might have been a misjudged chance from the wicket keeper. 28 for 3, 4 gone.
Yeah, it was a chance, but that was a chance for the caught behind, and it went through the keeper. And scores is topping up to 28 now for 3 and 4 overs, and they are back on current run rate is back on 7, and run rate required is going down to 2.9 already. So at this point, that whatever it was happened, it happened. But with this, they need to win. The Punjab Blues need 46 runs out of some 68 balls, and they have to put pressure here, Swamp Army, by getting more wickets and adjusting their fields and adjusting the line and length to the game. So you need to be adaptable, be adaptive in the circumstances you are in.
So Aryan Shah, 2 of his none for 12, 28 for 3, Sharma on 11.
That was a good loopy delivery from Aryan Shah, and that's what you need to make a little bit variety, bring the variety in the bowling. And I remember those. Another good ball went for a single.
So US All-Stars will take on Somerset Cavaliers. We're beginning to see the US All-Stars group making their way into the facility, and so that'll be probably the game of the group to really keep an eye on. 2 top teams as Sharma picks up another single. Both team US All-Stars and Somerset Cavaliers would have won their opening game. So that is going to be an encounter. It's slated to start at 1:30. So that's an hour and a half from our time now. So I want to suspect that this game could finish before that. So we'll have to wait and see if the organizers are starting games as one is finished, or they'll stick to their scheduled time. I want to think that they'll still hold the Somerset Cavaliers and US All-Stars game at 1:30. So that should be a treat to watch. Some of the big names, of course, in that lineup. Andre Russell is here. We saw him coming in last night. And so that should be a treat to watch. The US All-Stars team have some players from Multan, Sultan, Zishan Ashraf and company. This one is hoisted into the long on area. Fielder comes and takes the catch, and another wicket goes down. Sharma goes, and it's now 30 for 4.
So Sharma gone for 12 runs, and now we got 30 for 4. And it's bring back the match could be very exciting if they keep the momentum. And once the momentum going, they can have that thing going on for their team to and it's already 4 wickets gone. And with that, we have changing commentary with the new commentators in. So hopefully we.
$30 for 4, and I would say Punjab Blues, they're in a spot of bother. They would have gone into the hut on a high with Tirth Patel taking a hat trick, but for some strange reason, and I shouldn't even say strange reason, because cricket is a funny old game, and sometimes these small scores can be tricky. Trying to get 74, that's a target, and we have 2 relatively new batsmen. Audley, welcome to the comebacks. Welcome.
Thank you, Ever Henry. This we can say that seemingly the cat has been released among the pigeons, and it's panic.
There's a good shot down the ground on the onside, but there's coverage in the long on area. They're going to take on the arm of the fielder there, who's sending a throw, but they scamper through for a single as that over comes to an end. It's 32 for 4. Jay Singh is on 4 from 4. And Nakil Kachan is yet to score. Both teams, oddly, would have lost their first encounter, so one will get the W and the other would continue in the L column.
As we were informed by Lenny earlier in the innings, when in the other innings, is that the name Samp, in their language meant united. So Samp is a united army. So they made only 73, but they are united in one purpose. They definitely are here to win. So they're put the pedal to the metal. And right now, they are fighting back, great position, 32 for 4. Their opponents are in a bit of bother.
Yes, well, partnership of two, it's in its infancy. Like I said, 74 has already been, 73 already been placed on the board, and you just have to win by 1. So 74 is the target. We're still in the power play order. We still have one more over to go, and they've been struggling to get the ball off the outside of the 30-yard circle, but they need some 42 to win from some 90 balls. So the equation in terms of runs versus balls, that should not be a worry. The worry is in the wickets column.
Wickets column where 4 has already been taken out, and as we always say, cricket is a game of such uncertainty. You never know what's going to happen. You mentioned the small scores sometimes cause a lot of bother, a lot of struggle for the other person to get that runs. So it's 32 for 4. The run rate presently 6.4, required 2.8.
So we have a change in bowling, and it's Tariq, and he started wayward outside the off stump. Wicketkeeper did well to stop that one. Score advanced by 1 to 33, so his weight has been off, and I don't think that he's been brought into the attack to leak runs or to give extra runs by way of extras.
Especially with such a small total defending, you have to be extra careful not to give up anything.
And again, he's fallen into a bad habit. He's getting some movement. He's going away. He's getting some reverse swing there, but he's starting too far outside the off stump. As a matter of fact, he's starting outside of the wide yard marker, oddly.
So no chance if he was bowling in swingers, that would be great, but he's bowling away swingers. So that's even going further, and that's one of those that you always call a broad.
Yes, indeed. And this is a better length. Batsman playing with soft hands, and the non-striker was a little slow getting out of his marker there, but he made good his ground in the end, as that one was nicely played with soft hands by Kachan. He gets off the mark.
Good run in between the batters, good communication. Had the fielder returned the ball a little quicker, he could be in a spot of bother, but all is well that end well.
35 it is, 4-4. So for the first time, Singh will be facing Rohan.
Will Punjab be singing the blues, or will it be Sump Army united to pull off a miraculous win?
Well, we have a Singh at the wicket, and he's singing. Jay will be doing some singing. He's on to 5 from 5 as he just dabbed this one outside the off stump, and is scamper through for yet another single. And singles can do it oddly.
Yes, they can. But if you're just joining us on the telecast, a hat-trick was taken in the first innings, and Iva will tell you all about that hat-trick.
Yes, we had Tirth Patel. He would have taken a hat-trick, and a hat-trick is like making a century, especially
in
T20s. So the young man would have got his 3 wickets from 3 overs and 3 balls. And the hat-trick ball, he needed no assistance. It was bowled a neck and crop. Again, even though there's all of 5 men in the offside hovering there, they still pinching these singles. So perhaps the fielders might have to inch in 1 or 2 yards closer, because all the singles has come in that area and they're taking on the fielder.
No, that was good running and that was good return as well. So it was good all-round cricket. Just made it.
As a matter of fact, it's 6 men in the offside. Is in the offside because now we have had the long unemployed. And now that goes into the book, oddly.
No chance of getting a single on that one. Things were corrected a little bit and just return the ball to the bowler.
Well, 37 required from some 86 deliveries. Rohan, he started off with 2 wides and now he is pretty much coming to his own. This time he's going high, he's going hard out to the cow corner area and they're going to get a double. We call that a relaxing double.
Yeah, easy. Now it will be pretty interesting either should another 2 quick wickets should go down. Then we'll really have a match on our hand here. Not a stay at the score, maybe another 5 runs, another 2 wickets.
Yes, better yet, if a hat-trick is in, is added to those, another wicket is added to the 2 you're asking for if you come by way of hat-trick.
And it's possible.
But one of these teams is going to win, one is going to lose. But small scores always keep things interesting. This time he's cutting well as he gets past the infield, and this one's going to run across the boundary ropes for a 4. So that one was asking to be punished. It was short, it was wide, and the batsman made no mistake. He'd hammered it, and the partnership has gone on to 13 oddly.
Yeah, good shot, that one. He saw the ball on time, had all the time to place the ball where he wanted to put it, and the fielder could only chase to retrieve. No chance at all at this time, no misfield, just a good shot, good placement.
So some 9 runs coming from that over, 7 from the bat, and we had the 2 extras were gifted. 43 for 4, so they're inching towards the 50 mark. Are they? They're trying to get to 74. And like I said, by no means it's done and dusted, because 4 wickets has already been sent back to the hut. But if I were a betting man, I think the batting team is in the better position. There's already a partnership of 13, so these 2 has come together and has advanced the score.
Jay Singh, he is on 11 from 8. And Kanka, he's on 2 from 2.
Yes, Kanchan, he is 2 from 2 and keeping company. So he's not really sucking up balls. He's striking at 100. So all the other adjudicators are probably trying to pull their hair out of their head to wonder who's going to be the man of this match.
We know that one's well, we don't know what will happen at the end of this innings before this innings ends, but I guess the adjudicator could be a ball-headed man because he don't really need to pull any hair.
Oh, okay. I didn't see that one coming. But nonetheless, we have Gupta. He's into the attack and they're stroking this one down to the offside and ambling through a single as is easiest Sunday morning. But only we're going to be here on Sunday morning for the grand finale.
Yes, grand finale Sunday morning. Tomorrow we'll be having the 2 tomorrow? No, Saturday the 2 semifinals.
Yes, Saturday we'll have this.
So the 2 group matches tomorrow. Saturday is 2 semifinals, and Sunday the grand finale.
He's going aerial over the infield. Didn't time it as well as he would have liked. It's going very close to the boundary. 2 men after it. Good teamwork there.
Yes, they combined to save that one. 2 runs.
Yes. So the batters have got to work for their runs.
Kanchan on 3. And Singh on 13. 13 from 9. 6 overs and 2 balls.
So 28 required.
Current run rate 7.3.
stroking this one nicely along the onside of the field, and again the non-striker was looking for 2, but it's a non-existent 2. He would have been flirting with danger. It's a partnership of 17, so they're strolling merrily along to the 74 that is required. But we ask you to stick and stay. We're going to have the defending champion Somerset. They come up next against the US All-Stars. Again, he's stroking this one into the onside. The man comes off the boundary. And I think the fielders have got to be a little tighter, because it's not a huge target, but they're giving them the singles. Look at the onside. Well, it's not on screen now, but there's a lot of singles on offer in the onside, and the bowler is bowling into the legs of the batters.
They are not in position to be giving up singles or anything at all, but especially singles. Plug those gaps and let the batters fight for their runs. And in the first part of the innings, you find that when they were bogged down, some dots, then they try to get overhead of the fielders, and they were out caught. So let them fight for every run.
Well, last delivery comes up. Again into the onside. Playing this one and strolling through for singles. So they would have scored from every delivery, and the double was in the mix as well, oddly.
So it started to look better for Punjab Blues, and it seems as if the match is slipping away now from Sump Army.
Well, it's 50. 50 comes up on the board, 50 for 4. So these two have been together now, and they've gone on to realize a 21 partnership between them.
And with that, the target has been reduced to 24, just 24 needed.
Yes, so we can take the balls out of the equation, Ollie, because
that's not a problem.
That's not going to be a problem. All of 78 balls left. So 2 things we have to look at now, the score and the wickets.
And they will always have to keep in mind that it could come down to run rate, so they want to win the matches early as they can.
Yes, indeed. Well, the net run rate always come into play here in these matches where you can have knockouts and teams already on the same amount of points. But oddly, we're accustomed having 32 teams in this tournament. This year, because of COVID-19, it came down to 8 teams.
And I think that, I know for sure that MAQ and his team did very well to select the best of the best to be here. And some other teams that can't be here, maybe players, I'm not sure where that is concerned, but we have the best of the best right here. And as Lenny said earlier on that Andre Russell came in last night. Of course, he was one of the marquee players that have been showcased when the US Open has been advertised. And yes, the promise has been kept. Andre Russell is finished with the Lanka.
Oh, he's given. Leg before wicket, it was an appeal. And Jermaine Lindo, he took forever in the Steve Buckner manner. He looked at it and we played it in his head, and that dreaded finger finally went up. So they're halfway down, 50 for 5. And Audie, you said he could be interested with a couple of wickets.
Yes. Of course, umpire did the right thing, replayed in his mind, am I doing the right thing? And yes, eventually the finger went up. So the batsman walked. Yes, so I was saying about the best of the best being here. So the organizing committee did their best to have the best on display here. So it's good, very great US Open, and no one can ever forget 2020 what happened. COVID, but we're having 2020 US Open, MAQ US Open.
Yes, well, we want to big up the CEO of Cricket Council USA, Mr. MAQ Qureshi. Like we say here oftentimes, he eats, sleep, dream cricket. And we have to say he would have taken a lot of us off of the couch in terms of cricket when everything has been locked down. And we have to give it to the Broward County and the ICC and the USA, the USA organizers for allowing this tournament to go on. So Stanley disappointed in not scoring heavily in this inning, but he has come on his first 2 deliveries. He would have taken a wicket on his second try. This time, could that be a drop chance from Stanley's reaction? Because the batsman did dab at it, and
It could be either.
yes, from the
Could be.
reaction. Yes, I think from the reaction of the fielders, you would have got some willow on that leather. The batsman himself is looking at the pitch.
Maybe the wicketkeeper was just a bit unsighted by the batter, but water under the bridge. 50 for 5.
Well, Stanley yet to give up a run, and he almost, through his own mistake, give the first run. So he's keeping things tight. Now he has the vice grip. He has the vice grip. 24 from 74. Let us watch and wait. It's getting interesting as the skipper is asking everyone to just come in and bowl. This time he's tapping outside the off stump, can't score. And that's what we were speaking about all day. You have to be tighter in the infield. You cannot be within the 30-yard circle, knowing that singles can win a match, and you're allowing them to on singles.
Right, so they have plugged that gap.
Yeah, they plugged it, so they're getting in quicker. Last ball coming up on the back foot, and he's turning it. So the first wicket maiden of the tournament. Oddly, you were right in the com box to witness that.
Yes, they're real great over. We have seen this morning a hat-trick, and now we are seeing the first wicket maiden. I think it's the first maiden period for this year, if I'm not mistaken, in the US Open. So great fight back by the Sump Army. So it's 50 for 5. They are still a bit on the defense because Punjab are still cruising at the moment. Only 24,
Yes.
a lot of balls.
Yes, when Punjab Blues bowled, here's where we say almost doesn't count, because there was a wicket up until the 5th delivery, and after the last delivery was bowled, there was a single given. So that was aborted, the wicket maiden, but now we just realize that. But the skipper, he's really bringing in his bowlers, they're turning them around, and there was a successful over from Stanley. Much needed, I think, because there was a partnership of over 20. He was going without any difficulty. But now it's 50 for the loss of 5 wickets.
8 overs down and dusted.
So Kana is back into his attack with his 3rd over. This time the batsman is playing gently back down the track. Do you think the batters are nervous, oddly?
It could be, but on the other hand, they are not under any pressure. As look, we have only 20 balls to get it. No.
Okay, this one is going in the direction of the long on, and it's taken. Wicket number 6. It's getting interesting.
Pretty interesting here, Ivor. Pretty interesting. The bowler, the batter went at that one, and for a moment, we thought it would be going over in the cow corner or wide long on area. But no, it was taken, and now it's 50 for 6. We have got a match on our hand here.
Well, he's following in the fashion of Stanley, who would have gotten the wicket with his 2nd delivery in the previous over. I started with a dot the same way. 2nd delivery, he got a wicket. Well, let's see if we're going to see 2 wicket maidens in a row. They're tightening the screws. Who knows? Better yet, it might be 2 wickets and a maiden.
Even better.
Well,
it could be a hat-trick.
Well, they would have seen a hat-trick in these games, so I'm sure that is in the back of their minds. They need to put it to the front of their mind.
And I think that would be a first in the US Open, a hat-trick in each innings.
Yes, but anything you say that happened here in this tournament, you can say it without any fear. Because once ago, we had matches being played all over South Florida on all of the grounds. So we couldn't for sure say the only century in the tournament is the one that was played here.
Right.
Only to hear later, oh, there was one at the Brian Piccolo Park.
There's
Oh,
one
you
at
know,
MAQ Stadium.
yes, and there was two on the outer fields, because here in this park, in the Broward County Park, there are two outer fields, and those were being occupied. And also the Miramar. Yes, the Miramar Regional Park. There's a field there. Mark would have make use of all of the grounds around here for some 32 teams, and this time he's playing this one back along the turf. So another dot goes into Waddy's scorebook. So for the viewers who are viewing, we urge you to stick and stay. We still have another 2 games to go. Defending champions, the Somerset Cavaliers, comes up against US All-Star. That's the next match. Down the leg side, he's into the pad, but he just asking the umpire question, but he knows that that one was always going down the leg side. I think he would have missed a 4th stick, oddly.
I would say he was just a bit optimistic there, saying maybe look, the umpire may just be a bit frightened.
Yeah, but these umpires are of a high standard,
Solid.
so he's not gonna
solid guys.
he's not gonna get him nervous. And you would have seen the last LBW decision where Jeremy would have taken his time,
Yes.
played it back in his head and adjudicated. And we have 1 delivery left. Let us see if we're going to see the second wicket maiden of
The tournament
this
so far
tournament
this year.
and of the day.
In the same innings.
24 required to win from 67.
We have been under 24 for quite a long time, Ivor. We kept saying 24 required. And
Let's see, it might still be a maiden because it might be extras. We'll wait for the signal. Yes, it's a bye, so they did get a run, but the bowler, he did bowl a maiden, so we had only you're in things. You would have witnessed a wicket maiden in the previous over, and now you would have looked at it here again.
2 consecutive wicket maidens.
Yes, so bowlers are really coming into their own and keeping things tight.
And I would just imagine, you know, with every opportunity that they have gotten, they have been meeting. They've been saying that this is a strategy, this is what we need to do, and they have been doing it.
All right, the scoreboard, if you're looking at it, it's almost for the 2 batters. 4 deliveries, 0. No runs. 4 deliveries, a big fat 0, no one. So we have 2 relatively new batters in, and they are going at the same pace. Oh, and then by Stanley standard, he's given up a run.
I think he ought to be disappointed, eh?
I know he's very disappointed.
Coming up high.
He has all ones on the board at this time. He's 1.1 over, 1 maiden. This time he's coming down after him, he can't score. He's dabbing it out to the backward point.
Sump Army, they are tightening the screws a little bit here.
So he's back to his old ways, putting dots into the scorer's book. And this time he gives up another single, and he's, as you can see on screen, he's beating his leg. I don't know if his leg was causing him to give up that single, or he should be beating his arm. Which one, Audley?
Not quite sure.
Not quite sure, but he's very disgusted. He's a very stingy guy. He would have bowled a maiden, now he's given up 2 runs, and he's very disgusted because he knows that single. I bowled him! Knocked him over. He has gone back to his wicket-taking ways. I told you he was very disgusted in giving up 2 singles in that over. How dare you, Mr. Stanley, give up 2 runs in the same over?
And this time there was no mistake about that. We could see the wickets, as I described, a twinkle, twinkle, little stars in the middle of the day, out there, bowled by Stanley.
My word, it is 7 down, 53 for 7. And Stanley, like we said, did not do it with the bat, but he's doing it with the leather.
It is getting pretty interesting here, Ivor. Could we see a team making less than 80 runs and defend that score, 73. Now in reply, they are 53 for 7, Punjab Blues.
Well, cricket is a funny old game. Like I said, they got off the square high because here was a hat trick. But then the approach, I don't know if the approach was right or wrong, but they can very well still win. It's just 21 required. So, you can get 36 from an over.
Yes, we're just saying could. Why, if. What could happen? What could happen? And when we came on here, we thought we were just going to be knocking off, See, but that's not the case.
I told Lenny that. I said, you're going to knock that off, So go ahead and take it over. But then Lenny's he would have started it, and now we're going to have him to finish it.
Okay, so we are still waiting. Pretty interesting situation right now. 53 for 7. 4 extras. Punjab Blues in reply to Sump Army, the United Army, as we're told by Lenny. And they are united for one purpose, to taking out Punjab Blues. Oh, that hit, it would be pretty interesting, Lenny.
Yes, oddly, you gotta love the fight here from the Samp Army. They have really brought the game back into a situation where it becomes a 50-50 chance on both teams. But you've got to give Samp Army perhaps a little bit of leeway here. They've probably have their nose in front here with still 21 to go. And so you never know what can happen. 53 for 7 at the moment. That's the scorecard there.
And it's the bottom half of the batting that is there. So, yes, they may just be in front. Others may look at it as being 50-50. Depends on where you're looking from. But definitely we have got a match on hand.
So 73 posted by Samp Army, and they've really fought themselves back into what could possibly be still a chance for them to win here. Still what, 21 runs or so to go, and still lots of balls remaining, but that might be irrelevant at the moment. We're looking at 7 wickets down. So Kana continues, and ball worked into the onside. That's a good looking shot. Should have picked up a couple of runs there. So Joshi gets a single.
So the main focus, Lenny, is 3 wickets and 20 runs for the moment where runs concerned. Three wickets, 20 runs. Balls, as you have said, irrelevant.
So Chetan Rajput will have to play a very important innings here. Not a big one there. It's more of a quality innings more than quantity here, and as they scamper through, every run will count now. And so a leg by is a signal from umpire Rana.
And more is more urgent for the Punjab Blues. Every little single is so important.
Yeah, we've seen a very, very good fight back here from Sump Army. Can they pull this off? Both teams looking to put some points on the table. A winner here will get a couple of points. So this could be a leg by. We'll wait and see. And they come back for 2. In fact, off the bat. So a couple of runs off the bat of the batsman, Aditya Joshi.
Pretty interesting going here. And now the field, of course, being moved around. The bowler is saying, no, not there, over there, because we don't want to give a single run away. What could have been prevented? No misfield.
Yeah, this over's gone pretty well for Punjab Blues. So still some fight left in this game. It just goes to show you can never call a cricket game, especially a T20 match. 73 was posted by Sump Army, and look what we have, 57 for 7. Still 17 runs to go.
Still a lot of cricket to go. I've always mentioned my good buddy, a cricket friend, Simon O'Brien, up there somewhere in Cocoa, Florida. He said, look, cricket is played on the pitch. And this is exactly what's happening, because we can prognosticate all we want to, and when we say, oh, well, this match is over, but the match will have to be played on the pitch.
So a couple of changes here, as everyone, as you can imagine, would probably get into where the fielders should be placed, and everyone has a say, and you'd understand why. They've got to get it right. This is the point where they've got to get all the field placements right. The bowler will have to really be on target and bowl to the field. And so 11 gone, 58 for 7.
Yes, 58 for 7. And target 74. So
16.
Punjab are inching their way a little closer. But what would happen should another quick wicket go down?
So Somerset Cavaliers and US All-Stars have made their way into the ground. We've beginning to see the teams trying to arrange their warm-ups. For the audience, they may not see that. That's happening below the comm box, so it's entirely impossible for the camera to get that angle unless one of our roving reporters pick that up and show us a little bit of feed from the outside. But for now, both teams are getting themselves ready for their 1:30 engagement. Sump Army still battling Punjab Blue here. Still some ways to go. Some 16 runs needed with 3 wickets standing here, oddly.
Yes, we have got a match on our hand. 16-3. That's the focus. 16-3 at the moment. 16 in terms of runs, 3 wickets. Stanley has so far taken 2 wickets. He's in his 3rd over. Very miserly as he go along, and that's what the captain want to see. You know, we haven't got a big total to defend, so I want you to come in and be like Ebenezer Scrooge, give nothing away.
Yeah, good start here again from Sanjay Stanley. 3 dots in the over so far.
And I would say in cricket, it's the only good time that you can be a Scrooge.
So 4-dot ball, all of a sudden the pressure becomes.
And you know what they say about pressure.
So Punjab Blues still, they need 16 runs to win this match. We haven't seen a super over in the tournament, you never know. So ball cut away into the offside, can't score. Sanjay Stanley has been brilliant so far.
Pressure is still being built. And you know they said pressure bursts pipe. On the brink of another maiden.
So 5-dot ball, here we go. Stanley plays it up towards the offside, and that's a maiden over from Sanjay Stanley. Still 16 runs needed, 58 for 7.
So things are getting a bit tense, Lenny. I think you can sort of feel the tension out there. I think the batters are becoming a bit nervous because they don't want to lose another wicket, because that could mean that they could be bowled out by their opponents. So it's a battle royal going on there, cat and mouse game. And they have balls so they can continue to do the dot. The run rate required is just 2 runs per over. Current run rate is 4.8. So they are not in problems when it comes to the balls. But they are very careful not to lose another wicket. Of course, I don't know if the bowler or the captain is trying to set his field as meticulously as he can, because they want to make sure that no one called for runs. It gives them no extra.
So Aditya Gupta comes back into the attack. First over went for 7 at this juncture. He may not have the liberty to give away 7. This is going to be a different situation here, as 16 runs is still needed. And the man on strike is Chetan Rajput. Oh, that's a quality delivery. Beats him all ends up. And the score remains 58 for 7.
Yes, that one was just a bit outside the off stump, just outside the edge, as a matter of fact. Well taken by the wicket keeper. More pressure is being built. Not a dot ball in the books.
So a couple of dot balls here from Gupta. Good for the bowling team. Certainly some bit of anxious pressure now being applied on Punjab Blues. Important single here off the bat of Chetan Rajput. So he finally gets off the mark, having faced just over an over of balls.
And I would say, Lenny, that second ball, he could have done much better with it. But because of the tension, I think he didn't want to chance swinging his bat.
So ball lobbed into the air, but well away from any of the field. Every run becomes an important run here. And so 14 runs needed. The score is 60 on the board. We've seen a couple of runs in this over.
60 for 7.
And Rajput on 1. He's faced 7 balls, but they don't have a problem with balls remaining. In fact, 44 balls remaining. That might be out of the equation now. It's either you get the runs or not.
Misfield there, but batting side did not capitalize, and they could run into danger trying to get that one. So they stayed in a crease.
So Punjab Blues, they're guarding 3 wickets away. 7 wickets have fallen, and they're out to get 14 runs. On the other hand, Sump Army is defending 14 runs. And if they could pick up a wicket or 2, it will cause a lot of anxious moment here for Punjab Blues. A full toss. Probably should have done a little bit more with that. In the end, it's a dot ball, and that completes a quality over here from the bowler. Just a couple of runs, 60 for 7.
Yes, this is what pressure will do to you, Lenny, as you already said. He should have done better with that. It was a full toss and could have been walked over somewhere down mid-off, mid-off, yes, over the mid-off area or even over cover. But he played it steadily back down to the bowler.
Yeah, Cavaliers, and Cavaliers is having their little huddle. Probably trying to finalize maybe they're playing 11 or what is required, or where they are in the tournament. But in the meantime, Samp Army and Punjab Blue, both of them have a match to win. Who will win this game? Still to be decided, as Samp Army just posting 73, and so far Punjab Blues, they're batting at 60 for 7. That's a big shot here from Aditya Joshi. And that will relieve some bit of pressure here for Punjab Blues. It goes for the maximum. And what a relief this will be for Punjab Blues.
Indeed, I think everyone, they are doing a sigh of relief right now to say, look, we are much closer home. And it seems as if we're going to be there. Not home yet, but much closer home.
Yeah, Joshi certainly will have swung the match in Punjab Blues' favor now, you've got to say, as
Without a
Stanley
doubt.
continues, and a better delivery, a good comeback ball. And maybe that 6 from Aditya Joshi may have tilted the balance a bit to Punjab Blues, Audley Watson.
Definitely, 100%, 100%. As I've said before, it's not yet over, but it's in their favor, definitely right now.
So Joshi, very crucial knock at this stage. So 8 runs remaining, lots of balls remaining, 39 to be exact. Ball defended here by Joshi, so a couple of good comeback delivery here from Sanjay Stanley. But it is at this juncture of the game, he will need to take wickets, and no one will be better than the big fish here at the moment. Joshi, he's done well. Sanjay Stanley to come back after being struck out of the playing area for a youth 6.
Yes, you may look at the score and say he's 12 from 22, but hey, that's not a problem. As we said continually, the balls are not a problem. The wickets, what you want to keep in hand, make sure you don't lose wickets, that you can win this game for your team. So Joshi is doing well, and this is one time you can say 12 from 28, no pressure. And his partner Radfoot is on 1 from 9, but that's not the issue right here. The issue is to keep your wickets intact, and not that little issue of 8 runs off, and bring home the win for your team.
So Gupta will continue. He's bowled a couple of overs for 9 runs. Will he be hero or villain here? You never know. And I want to think that this match will go further beyond this over here from Gupta. I'm sensing that, unless Aditya Joshi comes up with a big hit again. Well, you'll never know. So Aditya Gupta will get a chance to come into bowl to Chetan Rajput. And that's a quality delivery. We've seen good bowling here from Aditya Gupta.
Real tight bowling, Lenny. He's not giving anything away.
Yeah, he comes into this over having gone 9 in his 2 overs. And again, ball left outside the off stump here from Rajput. Rajput realizes that the deliveries remaining is certainly out of the equation here. It's either they get their runs or they get bowled out. So that's the only 2 ways I see this going. Well, he goes through the offside. Will squeeze a single here. And brings Aditya Joshi back on strike. We saw him in the previous over striking it big, oddly. He could be the man here. You never know. 7 runs required now.
Yeah, he could be the man to get this game over with in this over. Easy going here. I think the pressure is now off with just single digit. Oh.
So a big appeal. Mangesh Rana certainly not interested, and wait and see. Could be leg buys. Leg buy is the call.
So now a possible 1 shot away.
So Aditya Gupta was quite confident that had his man pinned. But in the end, the game continues. 5 runs to win.
But we have to say it's a good fight back by Sump Army after they were bowled out in 18.5 overs, 18 overs and 3 balls. They were bowled out for 73. Now we are in the 15th over, just about 1 ball to go in the 15th over. And their opponents, they are 69 for 7. The opponent, Punjab Blues.
Oh, good delivery here to complete over number 15, 69 for 7.
And you could see Jasper went down as if he was going to go off that ball, but then he just relaxes and said, no, forward defensive. So we've got 5 overs to go, which is sort of irrelevant here. We are only talking about 5 runs to win and 3 wickets. 5 and 3 at the moment. We want to say good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all the viewers who are joining in on MAQ TV. We know we have viewers coming in from different times of the day as we watch Andre Russell down below us here doing some warm-ups. And we know he is ready and rearing to go in the next match. So they are doing their workouts. Yeah, and this could be it. Just about. The match is tied. Rashpat. Hit that one down to the mid-off. Mid-off area. Down to the boundary for 4. So it's 73 for 7. Just a matter of time. Could it be this delivery? That's the match. That's the match. So the match is over. Punjab Blues have prevailed. They won by 3 wickets. 3 wickets, 74 for 7 in reply to Sump Army, 73 all out in 18 and a half overs, 18 overs and 3 balls. And that ball I described before, it was just it was hit for 4 down in the fine leg area. For a moment I thought it was playing from the other end. So join us when the feature match for the day will be coming to you at about 1:30. So join us, stay tuned to MAQ TV.
Oh yeah. And plus, you gotta follow the schedule. Yeah. A lot of people are watching. Wait for 1:30. Yeah. Okay, what I got? What, beef? How about the night beef, bro?
Wickets, 5 ones. And they came in this order: a court, a stump, and you knew you were on a hat trick, and you said, you know, I'm going to take matters into my own hands. I'm going to bowl him out, which you did. Did you think about that?
I mean, not really. I mean, it was a hat-trick ball and last wicket, so my plan was to just keep us sleeping and putting some little pressure because tailenders, the wicket was like turning, so it's always hard for the new batsman to come in and play spinners. So my plan was to simple ball in stump to stump and make him play the ball.
Okay, is that the first time you would have got a hat trick in cricket? You seem pretty young.
I mean, not the first time. This might probably counting like fourth time. Yeah, fourth time.
4th time taking a hat trick? Oh, you're making a habit of this.
Trying, and because yesterday we played the game and we saw the wicket was playing a little bit sticky and the ball was sticking and then turning the bit. So that's what my plan was, to pitch it up and turn the ball and let the batsman do the work.
Okay, well, you were ably supported by your supporting bowlers. And any instructions came from your skipper? Because it seemed as if he marshaled this troop very, very well. And you know you needed to win because you would have went 1 down in the first encounter. What did your captain say to you when he gave you that ball?
So there was a simple plan, like just ball to stumps and make the batsman play all the balls. And we had a chat before the game and during the game as well that our captain and me, credit goes to him as well because the way fielding he gave me and the way he explained me the situation that we need to get 10 wickets if you want to win this game on this kind of wicket. So I had a simple plan: dot balls and wickets.
Okay, well, we're going to let you enjoy your hardware and your performance with your other teammates. But we have the captain close by here. We're going to have a little chit-chat with him too. So thank you and all the best for the rest of the tournament. Skipper, could you come on over? It's a good thing you came by here. I know you're proud of the young man there. You seemed confident this morning when at the coin toss. You decided, you looked at the wicket, you said you think it's a bowler's wicket. You decided you're going to insert the opponent in, which you did, and you kept them to 73 runs.
Yeah, like we stick to our plan. Like we decided when we saw the wicket in the morning, then we decided if we won the toss, like we're gonna bowl first and stick to like below the 100, then we can chase the target. But I have seen like wicket, they scored only 73, but we are struggling for like 73. But we did good job, our like bowler and batsman, because it's very difficult to wicket to on bat. So we did good.
Did it become a time when you were concerned or maybe worried when you had 2 maiden wickets in that inning?
Yeah, like we are worried about that, but we definitely we have confident we have to chase this score. Like we because we have like 11 till 11 we can bat, so we didn't worry about like for chasing score. Like we are confident like we can definitely win this game.
Well, we know the balls were not a worry, but wicket column became a concern for us in the comebacks. How about you and your men?
Yeah, the wicket is concerned, but like we going to our plan, like strict, like going on singles, and if they're gonna lose the ball, then we can hit the right place. But some of we did lack of 2-3 batsmen, but we can take care of next match. Thank you.
Okay, so you have reinforcement to come in the other match, or just it's going to be amongst these same players?
We didn't decide it yet. Like we can have a meeting in the evening, so we can decide it in the morning because tomorrow is a different wicket. I think they told us like we're gonna play like in different wickets, so we can plan in the morning like which team we have to play. When we look the wicket, then we can decide it in the morning.
Okay, well, I'm going to say congratulations to you. Go ahead and enjoy your victory.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. You're welcome. Well, that's what we have for you from the presentation party.